welcome to the call. We are going to get started right on the hour. I know I was holding you guys in the waiting room. I was trying to build suspense.
That's right.
But we are going to get started shortly. I'm just going to give everyone a chance to get on. We're going to get started in about 7 minutes. I do want to introduce you guys all to Lindsey Wagner, our representative here in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Lindsey is amazing.
Well, we honestly go like way back. You are like part of the original core of agents that embraced Virgin Voyages way back in like 2018, I want to say. Or
That's right.
it's been a while. Yeah. But still marching forward.
As soon as the Scarlet Lady hit the scene in the news, I had friends saying, I want to go. I got to be on that boat. I want to be at the birthday bash. And
yes. Oh my gosh.
How to make that possible.
They're like, I want to party with Richard Branson for his 70th birthday. How can you make that happen? And you're like, I know just the cruise. I know just the ship to put you on.
That's right. I was like, I got you. You. Don't worry. All right, so like I said, in a few minutes, we're gonna jump on. I wanna give everyone a chance to get in, but I wanna welcome you all. If you guys are not familiar with our procedure, please do hover at the bottom of the screen. Find that chat box, let me know your name, where you're zooming in from, and if you were invited tonight, who invited you?
Yes, I always love seeing where people come from all over.
And if you guys are on any of my meetings, you know I love an interactive chat box. So light that chat box up. Ask Lindsey any question. Almost any question.
Yes, yeah, with limits. I'm like, well, at this right happy hour, give me about 3 or 4 more drinks, and we'll see. I will tell you that I can't reveal much about much. We have some exciting stuff coming up over the next month or so. So I can't reveal too much with future stuff, but I would say if you're on this webinar today, that's a good thing because hopefully you're going to stay plugged in on all of the Virgin Voyages updates. But we've got some really exciting stuff to talk about.
Again, if you're just now joining us, welcome to the webinar. It's going to be a quick one. We're not going to keep you long, but what we're going to tell you is strong. So make sure that you hover down at the bottom of that screen, hit that chat box, let me know your name, where you're zooming in from, and if you were invited as a guest tonight, who invited you? How'd you find out about this call? Go ahead and drop that in there. I'm just going to start up the call in about 4 minutes. I'm trying to make sure that everybody gets the chance to be in this call because we are going to have some fun tonight. And I got something exciting up my sleeves for all of you guys.
Welcome, Ryan from Montana. And who else? We got Marla from Florida. Awesome.
Oh, you guys are all over the place. I love it. Love it. We got Jen from New Jersey.
Shauna, yes, and SoCal. Awesome.
Right. That's right. Usually I would have some music going, but I wanted to talk to you guys today. You guys don't have to hear all my lovely music in the background all the time. I really want to talk to you guys today. Make sure I'm meeting and seeing where you're coming from. Oh, my coach is in here. Patrice Abels-Vance from Chino Hills. That is my senior coach. She teaches me every day. I love her. She's like my second mom. Or second sister, I should say. Not my mom. She just calls me like she's my mom. This is going to be recorded and I will be sharing this. Yes, absolutely. All right, so without further ado, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Emily White of SLA Travel. I am a silver consultant with Evolution Enterprises, and I am so happy that you guys have all decided to join me on this call. We are going to have a good time tonight, and we got a surprise for you. If you guys don't know him, you got to get to know him. We have an amazing representative from Virgin Voyages on the line, Mr. Lindsey Wagner. He's been in the business for quite some time.
Yes, happy to be here.
He is a sweetheart. He has all the information. Every time I have a question, I've been trying to get on Voyager, on the Scarlet Lady, since 2018.
Yep.
And every time I had a question, he answered me quickly. You guys, if you don't know him, get to know him. Lindsey, I'm going to turn this thing over to you.
Okay, awesome. Well, I will go ahead and just jump right in and probably maybe just like stall a minute before the 5 o'clock hour hits. But I'm really happy to be here. And my name is Lindsey Wagner, as Emily mentioned, and I am the West Coast BDM for Virgin Voyages. So my job is to obviously work with all of our first mates that are based out here on the West Coast, that live in the states of Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Alaska, Hawaii, and the great state of California. So I am based in Long Beach for Virgin. I love it down here. Usually my life, is on the road in planes, trains, and automobiles, meeting and greeting first mates. But as I'm sure a lot of people on this call are now living in a virtual world and doing these Zooms, which has, consumed my life for the past year. But, you get used to it, and brighter days are ahead. So, and when Emily reached out to me to, host a virtual cruise night, I jumped on it because, as she mentioned, we've been really together since 2018, since I really joined the sales team, and has been a really early supporter of Virgin Voyages. So I want to, thanks to Emily for coordinating this. But yeah, we're a team together. So as Emily mentioned, when you have questions or really anything popped up, she's like, Lindsey, what is this? Where is this ship going? What's, pricing on this, that, and the other? That's what I'm here for, to help make Emily look like a rock star as well. So, and I have to give a shout out to Emily because she is already in the violet tier of a first mate, which means that she is online learning and soaking up all of the Virgin Voyages knowledge. So you are working with someone that is, well-versed in her naughtiness, as we call it. As you can see, if you can't tell, we love our puns here at Virgin Voyages. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right in and tell you a little bit about Virgin Voyages, which is Richard Branson's latest and greatest, newest cruise line. Obviously, we were looking to have a pretty banner year in 2020, but obviously the world turned upside down. It stopped. Travel came to a screeching halt. And when you think about, you probably could not have picked a more worse time to launch a cruise line, but I will tell you, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So I think this year that we've all been sitting at home has really just, the demand has been pent up. And as I was saying before we let everyone in, it just feels like this week in particular, we're like turning the corner in the sense of the optimism and the hope and the excitement for travel will once again return. So, and we are excited to show off this beautiful ship that you see there on your screen, Scarlet Lady. So that's our first ship, due to launch in July. Our second ship, Valiant Lady, is due to launch in November. And she will be sailing on some other various itineraries, which I will dive into tonight. So the biggest question that we get is just, what makes Virgin Voyages different? What makes you all unique? What makes you, when you sit amongst the shelf, amongst other cruise lines, what are the big key differentiators? And the biggest one that really makes us stand out, that I'm sure if I took everybody off mute right now would scream and rejoice in excitement, is the fact that we are an adults only cruise ship. Yay, right? No kids will be on this ship, which is exciting. So no kids, you have to be 18 plus to sail with us. We are going to have original entertainment on board, so you won't see your typical Broadway style shows on our ship. The design of the ship itself is very unique in the sense that we have not looked to the cruise industry for design inspiration. We have looked outside of it to where these design and architect teams have done some really amazing land-based spaces, hotels, landmarks, and this is their first foray into the cruise world. We have also flipped the script on what it means to eat on board a cruise ship. And I'm very happy that we are doing this webinar at 5 o'clock, which is a nice segue into dinner, because I think once you see all of our onboard eateries, everybody's hunger levels and appetite will probably explode. So I'm excited to show off those. We also say that there's a proper dose of vitamin C on board. So in equal parts, retox and detox activities, where you can retox until the early hours of the morning in the Manor nightclub or with your cocktail by the pool, or you can detox in our redemption spa, as well as our many health and wellness activities. We are also offering some late night stays, overnights, and some bonfire soirees in our destinations and our different itineraries. So that's what makes us different, and really just the ship itself. And I forgot to mention this, which I think is also very important, just to talk about the ship capacity. So Scarlet Lady total passenger capacity is around 2,700. Crew count is around 1,150. Gross tonnage is about 110,000, if that kind of gives you an idea. So nice medium-sized ship on that. So those are the big key differentiators. And this right here, I think, is extremely important when you think about what do you get for your money here at Virgin Voyages. We do not like to nickel and dime the customer. We know that that is a pretty big pain point in the cruise industry, where the price that you see, then you have to add on all of these other different pricing, for all this, eating or just all these just hidden fees and charges. So we have actually included about $600 worth of inclusions for every sailor, every voyage, where all of the food is included. So all 20 plus eateries, there is not a separate upcharge to sit down in any one of our restaurants. All gratuities and tips are included. Wi-Fi, basic beverages, so your still sparkling water, soda, tea, lemonade, drip coffee, and non-pressed juices. Group fitness classes, and all of our onboard entertainment. So that's all that is included. And so what we don't have on board are your typical cruise ship drink packages. And the reason being is that we did our research and we found that when it came to the drink packages, either someone in the cabin drinks, the other person doesn't, but having to purchase the drink package for both people, or if you do purchase it, feeling like, all right, I got to down 10 cocktails a day to really get my money's worth, which I get. I've been there and I have traveled on a cruise ship and I have taken advantage of that. But they said, just make our drinks reasonably priced so it doesn't feel like we're getting price gouged to have a couple of cocktails by the pool or a couple of glasses of wine at night. So we have reasonably priced drinks, beers anywhere between $5 to $6, cocktails between $9 to $11. 42% of our wines are less than $10 a glass. And with that price point that you see is that the tip is already included. So there's not something where, here's your drink and then you have to add a, surcharge plus gratuity and tip on top of it. So now we've heard the response and we know that sailors love the drink packages. So what we have created is what's called Bar Tab, where it is for every $300 that you purchase as a sailor on board, Virgin will give you an additional $50 to spend towards your drinks. So Bar Tab, when you purchase it, goes directly to your drinks on board. However, we are currently in a wave season right now with a pretty great offer where when you purchase the $300 to spend on your drinks, Virgin will give you an extra $100 instead of $50, and you have to do that by March 31st. So I just wanted to put that out there as one of our current wave offers. Okay, so Scarlet Lady, first ship when she starts sailing, actually has now been updated. Needs to read July 4th, 2021. It's so new. Actually, it was about 2 days ago that we just announced our impacted sailings for Scarlet Lady. So July 4th is her first date, 2021. She'll be sailing year-round out of Miami, Florida on a variety of 4, 5, and 7-night itineraries, going to Mexico, DR, Puerto Rico, Key West, with a stop at the beach club at Bimini, which is our hero port. It takes the cake. This is where you are going to want to travel to. It's a highlight on every single itinerary. I cannot wait to see this in person. And again, I think after not traveling for a year, this is it. This is where you have got to go to put on your bucket list for 2021. It is a beach club dedicated to Virgin Voyages. Again, it's adults only. So when you think about just saddling up to the pool there with a nice cocktail or heading out into the water with a cerveza, it is just, I mean, I can't wait to see it in person. I have been staring at these renderings literally for the past 2 years, even with Emily, that I'm like, to finally see this in person, I think is going to be just the most like surreal moment ever. So food is also included at the beach club, much like your experience on the ship. And there is not a separate upcharge to access the beach club. It is included in your voyage fare. So I at least wanted to make sure that you are aware of that. Okay, so our second ship, Valiant Lady, she is coming later on in 2021, and she will be sailing out of Miami, Florida on a 6-night and an 8-night itinerary in the winter season. First up, we've got the 8-night Eastern Caribbean Antilles, where you can see that we introduce San Juan as well as St. Croix into the mix. In terms of ports of call, you've got a full day at the beach club, and then you're back to Miami on that 9th day. We have the 6-night Western Caribbean charm, where we introduce Roatan, Honduras, and to one of our new ports of call, stop off at Costa Maya, full day at the beach club, and then back to Miami. One thing I do want to mention, and it is across all of our ships, is that the final day, I'm sure if you've cruised before, it's the mad dash where you got to get off of the ship at like 6 or 7, and it's chaotic, and we don't want you to end your vacation on that type of note. So when we arrive into our home port, so whether that be Miami or Barcelona, we arrive at 6:30, but you as a sailor are not required to get off of the ship until 11 a.m. So we want to make sure that you get your money's worth, stop off at one of our restaurants, have brunch, get a full tummy, and then exit the ship in hopefully a nice, peaceful manner. So you don't have to, like I said, make that mad dash. Okay, so after she finishes her winter season in the Caribbean, Valiant Lady will then make her transatlantic over to Barcelona, where she will flip and then begin sailing on 3 different 7-night itineraries in the Med, stopping off at all of those ports of call, which again, I love Scarlett, but I think Valiant, I've got my sights set on her because we've got one itinerary called the Irresistible Med that stops off at a different port every single day. But the one consistent port across all 3 of those itineraries is that she will be overnighting in Ibiza, Spain. So we will be spending a full almost 24 to 25 hours in Ibiza. So we arrive at like 6 p.m., giving you plenty of time to like grab dinner in one of our restaurants. And then, as you know, Ibiza is known for the nightlife. So exit when you need to and have fun. And we do not leave until 7 p.m. the next day, which is, I think, pretty fantastic. And that season begins May 15th. Okay, so where you will be laying your head down at night on board Scarlet Lady. We have something for everybody on this ship. We've got your inside cabins all the way up to the massive suite where Emily is located right now. And you can too. We actually have Zoom backgrounds that you can download if you need a nice little refresh for all of your meetings. But I want to walk you through each of these different cabins to show you what we've got. And one thing that I think is very important is to mention with how we, thought about constructing this ship and the type of sailor that will be sailing with us is that we found the trend of the solo traveler becoming a pretty big force, that we wanted to make sure that we had opportunities for those that wanted to travel alone, but didn't want to pay that single supplement charge. So what we have is 46 solo cabins. So occupancy 1, and also priced appropriately for 1 person, which is great. So we've got 40 of them, which are your solo insider, and then we've got 6, which are your solo sea view. So square footage on this ranges from about 105 to 115 square feet. So small, but if you're looking to, travel or just get on the ship and not feel like you have to, be charged an arm and a leg, the solo is the way to go. We have your typical insider cabin. So you're inside for 2, so your double occupancy. We've got your sea view, which is about the same square footage as the insider, but you've got that recessed bench and porthole window. And this is when I also like to mention that if you notice, the bed setup is a little different here at Virgin because we have invented the first seabed that converts into a lounger. So when you walk into the room, like you see there on your screen there, the lounger is set up where you've got that L shape. So I have not been on this ship yet. I'm still waiting to go on it, but I have been in several mock cabins back in